Okay, hello everybody. Now we're going to take a look at adding a checkbox grid to our Google form. Now a checkbox grid is very similar to a multiple choice grid, but there's a slight difference. With the multiple choice grid, you could only select one answer in each row. With the checkbox grid now, you're going to be able to select multiple answers. So let me show you how that works. Maybe we should go and review. Let us review the multiple choice so that we can compare it with the checkbox. So here we had our multiple choice grid, and we could only select one choice. In each row, we could only select one. All right. So this is good for a lot of questions, but sometimes, and especially with PEP, where we really want to have the children thinking, we may want to do something else. That's a little bit more difficult. The children really have to think a little more. So we would use the checkbox grid. So let's start by adding a new question. So we add a new question, and here we have, and we are going to select checkbox grid. And as you notice, there are rows and columns just as they were with the multiple choice grid. All right, so let's put a question here. Select all answers that maybe we should word that a little better, but you'll see what kind of question we're talking about. So in the rows, I'm going to put 0, 1, 2, 5, and then let me do 16. You can add as many rows as you want. For the columns now, which is it's going to let us know what we can select, I'm going to put whole numbers. Oh, sorry, that spelling's terrible. Counting numbers, prime numbers, odd numbers, and even. I really should have even number. I shouldn't have numbers. Let me just go back and fix that. Okay, so I've gone and fixed that. So now let's take a look at what this is going to look like to the student. We go up here to preview so we can take a look. All right, here we go. So the student is going to select all that apply. I mean, we could word that a little bit. Is 0 a whole number? He can tick yes. Is it a counting number? He could also tick yes if he thought it was a counting number. Is it a prime number? He's actually able to select as many options in the row as he thinks would apply. So now they really have to think about it. So is one a whole number? Is that a counting number? So I'm just showing you that now you have multiple options that you can select. So the student can say 16, is that a whole number? Is that a counting number? Is it a prime number? Is it an odd number? Is it an even number? So this is what it's going to look like for the students to be able to select the correct answers for each one. Okay, so let's go back now and see how we're going to put in the answer. All we're going to have to do is click on the answer key here, and then we are just going to decide how many points. This, you have to make a decision. Do you want, is it 3 answers that are correct? It's a whole number. You have to decide, am I giving half a point? How many points am I giving? So that's a decision that you're going to have to make. Do you want all of them to be the same points, or are you giving one per correct answer? Whatever it is. And all you'll have to do, I'm not even looking at the question, I'm just selecting what you would have as the correct answer. I mean, I just did that randomly, so forgive me, they are all incorrect. So you just select this, then you'd select done, and you'd also say that you want a response in each row. And that's basically it. So a question like that could be worth 14 points depending on how many answers the student has to give, or however many you want to give the points. So this is really a neat way of wording a question so that students really have to think about it, moving us into critical thinking. So that is the checkbox grid versus the multiple choice grid. Okay, each one teach one. Bye everybody.